everybody. My name is Diana, and I would like to talk to you about the reasons why you should be thankful for the narcissist in your life. Yeah, we're talking about a sociopath, maybe even a psychopath, right? So, why would someone be grateful for them? They get you, they do things that could drive you crazy. So why would we be thankful for us a person like this in our lives, right? So it sounds like the worst type of person you could ever meet, you know frankly speaking. I think of them like that. I think that they are the worst kind of person you could ever possibly run into in this life, because of the things they do. And I truly speaking, I also feel compassion for them, but oh, come on, that doesn't make it, that doesn't make them any better. So, as a person, so yeah. So, why will I be thankful? Why will I be grateful for this type of person in my life? Well, first, with their abuses, if you choose to treat them right, that's in the key here. If you choose to treat them right in spite of no matter what they do, no matter if they rape you or stuff like that, it's so. What will you be thankful for them? Well, you could be thankful for them because their abuses give you the circumstance to develop patience. Come on, let's think about it for a minute, or maybe 30 seconds, or maybe a little bit more. I don't know. So, how is patience developed? Patience is developed when you test it by training it. You then, in order to develop patience, you need to have impatience or something that will help you to be impatient. How is that? For instance, it's like allowing patients the to eat out the impatience that is inside of you. For instance, if someone is doing things that you just have troubles to tolerate, that develops your patience. It's like, and you get trained and you get like fortified in patience. Like you increase your patience every time someone mistreats you, every time someone puts you down, every time someone snap at you or rapes you, and you are forced to treat them right. So that type of things is like helps you to develop patience. Also, you develop compassion. If you choose, of course, if you have the the idea in your mind that everyone deserves respect no matter what they do, no matter if they are a sociopath, no matter if they are Jesus. So just saying, it helps you to develop compassion, because it's like the highest level of compassion is when you have compassion towards your enemies, nemesis, and frenemies. That's the highest level of them all. That's the most difficult level of compassion to be developed. If you develop that type of compassion, you can have compassion for a little dog. You can have compassion for a child that is loving towards you, because that's easy. So why would, if you can have compassion for your frenemies, wouldn't you have compassion for your friends? Sounds rational, right? Sounds logical. So it helps you to develop compassion, because at the end of the day, when you are given the only option, to treat them right, let's just say the only option, right? Because you have many options, but if you choose to be wise, prudent, and if you choose to be careful with them, right, and ethical, right, over the most important thing being is for me being ethical. So if you choose to be ethical with them, and have compassion for them. Like, your ability to be compassionate grows, because you see them as a sick person. You see them as a like a child on the street, because they are lacking in many things. They have this scarcity mentality. They have this pathological envy and this type of crazy things, right? And they lack happiness. So if you can have compassion for them, right, as I said before, you can have compassion for anyone. So I'm grateful for this type of person, crazy people in my life, sociopath, because they help me to be more compassionate. For instance, if you think about it in this way, if you have like a if you have if everybody treats you right, how would you be training your compassion in the highest level of them all, right? Sounds logical again. So they wouldn't be this high level, this high intensity, this high level of training, like hit, like high intensity training of compassion in your life, and being compassionate, it will be, you know, it will be easy, and therefore you will have you wouldn't have that much of compassion. You wouldn't be that much of compassionate. So, and compassion is important to be forgiven. So, yeah. So another reason why someone can be grateful for a psychopath or a sociopath in their lives, because they test your mercy as they test your patience. They test your mercy because you know that it's the right thing to treat them right no matter what they do. So you grow in righteousness, because it's like, and then it's like, if you overcome this obstacle of treating them right, treating them righteous, treating them merciful in a merciful way, you will have an easier time, like when you need to be merciful with someone that is not that bad. So it's like it helps you to build your character, and also it helps you to be humble, because I don't know if that happens with everybody that is dealing with a sociopath, but they mistreat you like hell, and then all of a sudden you need to pretend that nothing has happened, and they are like, come here, little dog, come on, come on, come on, and you need to be like there, right, for them. So it's like it forces you to swallow your pride, like, oh my god, I have to pretend that nothing has happened, and what about what about fairness, what about my rights, what about me, what about my feelings. It helps you to be less egotistical, you know and also it helps you to value more when people treat you right, to value more when someone is sane in the mind, because before them, for instance, in my personal experience, I wouldn't be like so incredibly, so amazingly grateful for someone that treats me right, someone that is overall, most importantly, healthy in their minds. I wouldn't be like, oh, does she have empathy, does she have remorse, does she has the capability of feeling guilty. I wouldn't be thinking about these types of things. I would just be, oh, she's nice, and yeah, let's hang out, let's roll around, like, let's go to the USA as I did once. And so this type of things, right? So but now, for instance, when I realize that someone is healthy, when someone is empathical, right? So I get like super happy, because I realize that now that I look for these type of things around me, I realize that it's very lacking, it's scarce. Not so many people have the ability to feel compassion on a high level and empathy on a great level. Most of people are, so It helped me to be grateful for healthy, mentally healthy people. I wouldn't be this kind of grateful for people like that are healthy in the mind, So another thing, and the last thing that I will say, because the video is already taking too long, I have many good things to be grateful for when it comes to dealing with sociopaths. The other thing is that it helped me to shape my social and emotional skills, because I had to develop, a high level of self-control, because they will be trying to provoke my anger, my wrath, my hatred, in such a horrible ways, and I would just have to, like, stay with me, D, stay with me, stay here, don't, like, keep yourself together, like, ignore the insult, try to ignore, try to feel good no matter what, like, try to feel compassion for them, like, no, like, I have to stop myself, I have to refrain myself on a new level, because I knew that if I treat them in a horrible way, the violence will only escalate, and the most damaged person will be myself. So I will be like, keep it together, keep it, hold it, swallow your pride, swallow it, like, so yeah, it helped me to develop self-control in what comes to social relationships. So and thanks to that, my empathy grew, and I have new skills, let's say, not new skills, but yeah, new skills, but it's like, I grew, it's like I am better in what comes to social relationships, and my emotional skills got sharper. So, and this wouldn't have happened if these sociopaths in my life were absent. So no, I am thankful, and I don't owe them, but but it's like, yeah, it it's good. The way you can take most advantage of your sociopath is like by doing the right thing with them. If you force yourself to do the right thing, no matter what they do to you, you will grow in an exponential level in what comes to social relationships on and and emotional skills, and it will happen in a short amount of time because they train you a lot. So you have like a high intensive training in these areas of human life. So you'll be sharp pretty soon in a short amount of time. So yeah, so this could be like good reasons to be grateful for the sociopaths, and you know what, once you learn to self-control yourself in the face of their provocations, you know these type of abuses that they do to you in what comes to gaslighting, in what comes to emotional abuse, in what comes to all of these type of things, it won't hurt so badly, it hurt way less if you know, if you learn, if you know how to control yourself. um, because as Jesus said, like, the only thing that poisons the human person is like the human life is what comes out of it. It's not what it comes inside. It's not the attack that they're doing to you that is is that is poisoning you. Is the hatred, is these verbal attacks that you take out of you, that comes out of you, that makes you damage. So it's an important thing to know, to learn what comes to them. And I can say this with absolute, with an absolute, authority, because I'm going to say this, and I'm going to cut it up. I I I was depressed for their abuses. So, and now I am not depressed, and they are the very same shitty people. So, So self-control is a key in here. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you may like this video and find this video an enormous treasure of wisdom. Bye bye.